The love for all living creatures is the noblest attribute of humanity. The highest stage of moral culture is when we recognize the need to control our thoughts. Blushing is the most peculiar and human expression. Having sympathy for someone else's joy is a much rarer gift than sympathy for someone else's suffering. If the suffering of the poor is not caused by the laws of nature, but by our societal institutions, then our sin is great. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species becomes at adapting to the tasks necessary for survival. Man selects only for his own good, not nature's only for the being which he tends. A person who wastes even 1 hour of time has not yet discovered the true value of life. The power of steady misrepresentation is great. It is always advisable to clearly perceive our ignorance. We stop looking for monsters under our bed when we realize that they exist within us. It is not the strongest species that survives, but the most adaptable. We are always slow to admit any great change for which we do not see the intermediate steps. The very essence of instinct is that it is followed independently of reason. A scientifically minded person ought to have no wishes or affections, but rather a mere heart of stone. In conclusion, it appears that nothing is more enriching for a young naturalist than a journey to distant countries. The more we understand the immutable laws of nature, the less miraculous they become to us. There is nothing more unbearable than idleness. To those who fully recognize the immorality of the human soul, the death of our world will seem less terrible. However, we must acknowledge that despite man's noble qualities, he still carries the indelible stamp of his humble origins in his physical form. Marriage is not difficult, but being married is. One original law that leads to the advancement of all organic beings is to multiply greatly, let the strongest survive and the weakest perish. It is more humble and, I believe, truer to consider man created from animals, rather than thinking of himself as a great work worthy of divine intervention. Share secrets with those who have no friends, and be friends only with those who have many friends.